this right. I thought I was about to say the wrong intro for the wrong video. Hey Arisers, what's arising? We have got a story time for you. If you guys been watching my vlogs, you already know who this is. This is Sean Brown. He does have a new YouTube channel. He has started interviewing black business owners. So if you are interested, please click in the description box and check that link out. We got a story time for you guys. Listen, I have not did a story time on this channel in so long. This happened last night. I literally just closed out this vlog and I was like, Sean, it deserves its own story time. So we're about to give it to you. Before we do, make sure you guys please subscribe. Don't forget to like this video and comment down below about what you think about this ordeal. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at ARYE Harmony. And this is Sean Brown.
Phoenix Force 1.
I'll link it below as well.
Yes.
Let's start off, first of all, if you are on my Instagram, you already know that I am about the shenanigans. I am about it. I thought that we was going to go through the whole day without any shenanigans. As nighttime came, all bets were off and that was thrown out the window. So me and Sean ended up in Times Square. So pretty much it was an errand day for me. Both of us was going to Best Buy, but we went to two different Best Buys. And then he ended up meeting up with me at the Best Buy that I was at. Then we went to Bryant Park. We sit and we hung out there for a few hours, longer than what we thought we was going to sit there. I literally said we're just going to sit here for 5 minutes and we're going to go ahead and get up because I have to get him a haircut, in which I just cut his hair this morning. So leave Bryant Park, we end up in Times Square. First of all, the first thing that we see, I hear Tupac playing, and the first thing I see is this guy. He's a big black muscular like fit guy. He's all sweaty and he has on black pants and he has this huge stereo system, this huge Bluetooth stereo system, and he has on a clown mask. This is New York, this is Times Square.
Only
okay,
New York City.
you know what I mean? He has some kind of chain around his waist and that's just his thing. And what he's doing is he's going from one end of the crosswalk, waiting for it to say cross, to cross over, turns around, plays the music again, and walks over to the other side, turns around. He waits there until it says cross for him to cross, you know, to the other side. And he's playing Tupac. I forgot the song. It was That's Just the Way It Is.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yep.
I remember because I put it on my Instagram story. And let me tell you why I remember That's Just the Way It Is. Because then we're looking at this guy playing music. We look over in the dead middle of the street. There is a guy who was just in his underwear dancing in the middle of the street to That's Just the Way It Is. And that was the caption of my story time. Well, that's just the way it is. He was dead in his underwear, rapping them Tupac lyrics. I mean, you know, he was a little hoo-hoo, but he was dancing. And then traffic is coming. He was at a red light, but then traffic started to go. Now, this guy's dancing in the middle of the street in oncoming traffic. Like, I mean, listen, when I tell you guys dead center, you literally would just, hopefully you caught it on my Instagram story.
First of all, I thought it was a prank. I thought it was a prank.
You thought it was a prank?
Like, who does that? But then again,
it's New York.
It's New York City, so I mean, you see everything.
Sure, he told us we thought it was a prank. Okay, so we get past that, go to Walgreens, come out, and we go in the subway and we get off at Atlantic Avenue train station. While we're in the station, first of all, the train comes. Sean thought it was the B because it said B on the inside.
Yes, it did.
But when it left, it said the Q train, which is the train that we were supposed to take. So I don't know if we missed the train or not. But I believe Sean. I believe that it was the B train.
Thank you.
And the only reason I say I believe it was the B train is because of the seats. The B and the D, they have older seats on the train. The Q, all their seats are pretty new. So while we're waiting for the next train, Sean spots this guy first. And he's looking like, what in the world is he doing?
All I see is like a pair of wheels, a wheelchair just sticking out off, almost off the yellow line.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this?
So I turned around and I'm just like, oh snap, like what is he doing? So what it is on the edge of the platform of the train station, there is this narrow part on this side, and then you have the stairs, and then it's a wider part on the other side, and that whole thing is the platform where people stand on and come down the stairs, wait for the train to go upstairs. So then I'm looking, I'm just like, oh, wait a minute, his wheelchair wheels, because that's what he was in, is a little bit too close to the edge of the train track. So then he's trying to turn around and come in our direction. Mind you, I would probably say it's about a few yards down from where we are, where this guy is. So when he starts moving, I'm seeing them wheels touch a little bit too close to the edge. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. So I was like,
I'm not gonna lie.
I was like, sir, you need some help. Hold on.
The first thing I thought was, okay, I said, I hope this guy's not gonna try and do what I think he's gonna do. And then I'm like, no. So I turned my head away for a couple seconds, and I still see the movement. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, sir, wait a minute, hold on. You need help. So now I'm in these daggum flip-flops. I mean, not flip-flops, but I'm in these daggum sandals. I'm walking fast and my feet shuffling, trying to get out.
And I'm on the other side trying to go around to catch him before he goes.
I'm on the narrow part. Sean goes around on the wider part, and we're trying to catch up with this guy because this guy is about to fall over on the train track. So I'm like, sir, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm coming to help you. And so he's just moving. He's not saying anything. Next thing you know, I was probably about, I don't know where you was at the time. But by the way, when I'm looking back for Sean, I'm seeing people like, whoa, what's going on? You know, like
I was on the other side of you. So you were on his side where he was at, and I was on the other side trying to get around by where the stairs were. Yeah. But before I got there, as I'm walking, I see you over there, and all I saw was him lean right over.
I was about between 5 to 10 feet away from this guy. The guy is in his wheelchair. By the way, he cannot move his legs. He's completely paralyzed from like waist down. He flips over on the train track. My first thought, I thought for sure that this guy was going to have a gush in his head. Like, I thought his head was about to be busted. Like, I'm no kidding. Because on the train track, underneath those rails, you have those kind of brick looking things. And that's where his head was when he fell over. The wheelchair falls on top of him, and his shoulder is in between where those brick lights things are and the platform. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, yo, I'm like, hold on.
So I get on my phone and start calling 911. But thankfully, I didn't have to wait for that because there was a worker in the orange vest. Yeah. And he came.
That was an MTA worker who came out of nowhere. Nothing but God had that man there at that time because he came from the other end of the platform, which he was closer. And he came running. He had his lunch and stuff. I felt so bad for that man. I'm going to tell y'all why I feel bad for him. He had his drink and his lunch. He put it down on the ground. And the guy that fell over, he's like, help. I can't move my legs. Help. I can't move my legs. The worker comes. He jumps down on the train track. He gets the guy up. And I'm looking for the train because I'm like, man, I hope a train ain't coming right now.
Shoot.
Now, the first thought that Sean thought, I'm going to let you tell them what was your first thought.
Okay. Please don't judge me.
No. You tell them first.
Okay, I thought, oh my God, they're going to delay the train. It's not that I didn't care. I did care. But I was just like, I know how this goes when something happens on the train tracks. All service goes out now for like good, like half hour to an hour. But I was concerned about him. Don't get me wrong. I was concerned. And on top of that, I have never, first of all, that was my first time. As long as I have lived in New York, that is the first time I've actually seen someone actually fall off and hit the train. And I'm thinking, oh my God, did he hit the third rail?
Oh yeah, because John thought that he was going to hit the electrocuted rail on the train track. But let me tell you why that statement is so funny. Because it does not matter what the ordeal is. This is how you know that you are dealing with a New Yorker. It doesn't matter how dire the situation is, how detrimental it is, how hurtful, strange. It don't matter. If anything happens on a train track, this is how you know you deal with a New Yorker. When they are concerned about the trains being delayed because of your stupidity or your actions of being on the train track. That is how you know you're dealing with a real New Yorker. Oh my gosh, don't fall call because you're going to delay the train. The MTA worker gets down, helps the guy up, and while he's helping the guy up, I am pulling on his arm so I can help him up. There's the guy that comes on this side, and then the guy comes on this side. The guy that's on this side, he helps him up as well. And the guy who's coming from this side, he gets in front of me, and he tries to help the guy up. He's like, I got him. I'm like, okay. So the guy who we're trying to help up is holding on to his chair. And so the guy who got in front of me is like, bro, let go of the chair so we can help you up on the platform. And he's trying to hang on to his chair. I'm like, yeah. Let go of your chair. We're not going to pick you and the chair up. And so he finally lets go of his chair. The MTA worker plus the two guys get him up on the platform. By the way, at this time, we have the MTA worker, me, Sean, and the two guys. So that's 5 people right there who is trying to help get this man up.
I really have to give props to the MTA because that man came out of nowhere.
Yo,
and he literally lit like in a like Superman picks people up after he saves him. He had him in his arms and he got him up.
No, so before he picked him up, we finally got the guy up on the platform, and then the MTA worker gets his chair, and I get his chair as well, and we get his chair up on the platform. I told the MTA worker, I said, look, I said, this part of the platform is too narrow. I said, so we're going to have to drag him back to his chair. I said drag. MTA worker picked him up. But now, before he actually picked him up, I took his chair around the corner so we can have enough space to put him in there. The MTA worker tried to pick the guy up at first, right? And he found out he was just like, no, this is too heavy. So he looks at the guy who came on this side of me. He was like, yo, bro, you're going to have to help me pick him up. Can you help me? And dude looked at him and was like, nah, man, I ain't about to touch this guy, man. And I was just like, what in the world? So the MTA worker's like, okay. So he actually gathers the strength to pick up this man and put him back in his chair.
So I'm holding the seat now, and thankfully, again, MTA did it again. I don't know where they came from, but this young woman came, and this other person came.
Yeah.
And they came with the gloves and everything, and they were trying to attend to him. So they're asking him questions. Then she's asking us what happened.
She's on her walkie-talkie and everything, and she's asking the man, do you need an ambulance? Do you need an ambulance? And he's like, he's not really answering. This guy, like, he's been drinking. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's one of those panhandlers, like beggars. I'm not going to say panhandlers because he was actually disabled, but he is a beggar. And she's like, do you need an ambulance? He's like, no. And she was like, do you want to write a report? No, I don't want to write a report. Mind you, I look down, this guy already has 2 hospital bands on his wrist. Plus, on one of his legs, it is a cast, or like a cast of boots. And so I'm just like, what in the heck? Like, what are you talking about? So then she's trying to describe the incident of what happened. So I tell her what happened. So then the guy who didn't want to touch him gets his belongings that he had. It was like a black bag. It was a vodka bottle. And probably, I think, something else. He tries to give it to the guy. I said, hey, man, I was like, get your belongings right here. And so he looked, because at this point, I am, like, I don't even want to say the word, but I was livid. I was so livid at this point. And so he looks and he gets his stuff. And then out of nowhere, I don't even know why. Like, now that I look back in my mind, I was like, why did you do that? I just unloaded on his man. I was like, what in the world is wrong with you? I was like, why would you go on the most narrow part of the platform? You got a whole wider space on the other end that you could have took your wheelchair. This makes no sense. And now
crazy.
You done fell over on the train, got us helping you. Oh my gosh. Like, y'all don't judge me. Like, don't judge me. But at that time, in my head, it's like, okay, you're a New Yorker. You are from here. You know these train platforms. Like, why would you even try to attempt?
If you saw the amount of space he actually had he just went to the other side, there was a whole lot more space.
I mean,
he claims he was trying to get to the elevator. The elevator was on the opposite side. So why were you trying to go around this narrow pole that nearly killed yourself, and then had the nerve to say he didn't need any help after everything that was done for him? He says, I'm okay.
I'm all right.
I don't need any help.
I told that MTA worker who was on that walkie-talkie, I said, ma'am, I said, this man is bleeding on this side of his leg. So she looks over, she was like, I think we're going to need an ambulance here. So the train comes. So I'm like, Sean, let's go ahead and get on this train. And while we getting on the train, I was like, see, you need to let go of that bottle and he'll be upstairs.
And see, that is even the scariest part of this all. The train came not like maybe 5 minutes after this happened. Can you just imagine what would have happened?
Oh my God.
I think the fact that we missed that train, that was not an accident.
Oh my God,
that
that's
was
so
not
true.
an accident.
That's so true. I don't know, man. That was just like so wild, and in a way, I could definitely understand that guy not wanting to touch him. Number one, we got coronavirus going on, going around. Number two, this guy's a beggar, so you know, you never know what, you know, everything that they're carrying or anything, and touching train, you know, tracks and stuff. So, like, I get it, but at the same time, man, I give so much props to the MTA worker boy, because he really, like, he was there. But I could tell he was so annoyed.
Of course he was annoyed.
I could tell he was so annoyed.
And he was on his break.
Yeah.
Okay, everything was timed so close to each other.
Yeah.
And for this person to not think and just in his drunken state, I guess, because I didn't see the bottle. I didn't see the bottle.
I saw the bottle. I smelled it.
For him to do something like this, and then when you see the space he had, I'm like, bruh, you were right there. You couldn't see that. You just go around the other way.
I promise you, I kid you not. Like, you probably think that I was insensitive for going off on him, but at the same time, he just needed to know, like, this was a very stupid move that you tried to do in a whole wheelchair, and you can't even walk. You can't even move your legs. Like, you got a whole nother side that's wider that you could have went around. All you had to do was just go around the stairs.
Look,
I need you guys to understand. This part right here is the narrow part, right? And then right here is the stairs. And then right here is the wider part. That's the whole train platform right there. All you had to do was just go on the other side.
I mean, it makes me think how many people a year die going on the train tracks just because, not exactly the situation, but being in an inebriated state, or you're high, or whatever the reason is. Or, unfortunately, hopefully nobody pushes you. But how many people die in front of a train? It's crazy.
It's true.
I'm telling you, for me, it was very surreal. You see this stuff on TV, but you don't really think it's nothing.
Man, I was so mad.
That was insane. To see that in real life, and I'm like, oh my God, this is not really happening right now.
Oh, that joke was so crazy. I mean, like, the guy is fine. Like, when we got him up and everything, I don't know what happened between the MTA worker and the guy. I don't know if the ambulance came or not, because like I said, when that train came, I was like, Sean, let's get on this train, because I'm just not about it right now. Like, I was so mad. I was so mad. I was halfway upset, because I was like, out of all the times I could not ever get to my camera fast enough, because I know you guys probably like, oh, see, this was wrong in generation. Everybody want to be on phones and video record everything. But no, listen, I'm telling you, that was one of those situations where you would definitely have would have seen that.
If you had actually seen it, you would have been like, what?
I was so mad I didn't get to my camera, but in the time I was trying to get to that, I was trying to run. Well, not run, but walking as fast as I could to get to him. I'm on my phone like, dang, I can't get this. and finally, when I get my phone unlocked, that's when he fell off. I was like, oh my God. Like, that is our ordeal that we had last night. That is our story time. Like I said, I haven't done a story time on here in so long. If I would have video recorded, I wouldn't even done this story time, but I just felt like it was just worthy, the fact that I did video record. I was like, Sean, we got to make this a whole story time. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please comment below about your thoughts and what you think. If you know New York, if you know the trains, then you know what I'm talking about.
And you know, anytime anything goes down in the subway, anything.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, anything for sure. But don't forget to subscribe to this channel, Becoming a Riser. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, and don't forget to like this video. Love you guys so much, and I will see you into the next video. Peace.
Fit me like a puzzle piece. Be the jig to my saw. Be the inhale to my X. Breathe out while I breathe in. Be the fit to my diamond.